First of all, you don't know me.
We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team. Drama queens, smart girl, rough girl, fashion but you're tough girl. You could sit with us, girl. Drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. You have me and Sophia for a Q&A.
What's shaking, friends? We have good questions today.
We do.
Joy, this first one is definitely for you. Thias asks, how was your experience working as a TV mom with a real little baby?
It was so fun. Rob has said this before. One of the great things about working with kids or babies on a set is that they only can work a certain amount of hours. So it's a really nice guaranteed built-in. I mean, I'm starting with, like the selfish piece of it. You have this built-in schedule where you're going to be able to go home at a certain time. So that's always really fun, especially when we're working on a show like One Tree Hill, which was such a big cast and schedules were moving around a lot. And it was just hard for things to be predictable. When you had a kid on a schedule, you knew that was pretty locked in and it wasn't going to get moved around. And so that was nice. But also, it's so fun to hold babies.
It's so nice.
So fun. Well, you got to work with some babies.
Totally. I loved it. It was such a blast because one of the boys who played one of my sons was actually our first AD, Rick Clark's baby. Yes. And the other baby was the son of a nurse who worked at the same hospital where Rick's baby was born. And so they were born right around the same time. And they were like these sweet little friends. And one of the things I really loved was getting into a routine with them. And I found that especially, when you're trying not just to keep one kid calm and happy, but two, one of the things we found was that, as babies do, they see their actual mom and that's the person they want. Yeah. So when we had the babies on set, I had the bottles, I had the diapers. I was doing feeding and snacks and diaper changes and all the things. Because the more we could keep their moms out of their line of sight, the happier they were to just hang out with all of us all day. Yeah.
And the more time we were able to spend with them when the cameras weren't rolling too, I feel like that really helped when we would go sit, if you had a break, just to go sit with the baby and their mom so that the babies got used to you. And it's not just like showing up and handing a baby off to somebody on set. We rarely did that. I feel like I usually got to meet the babies ahead of time and sit with them a little bit. Yeah. Oh,
that was
so
a nice thing, like even about our base camp, to your point, we'd break for lunch and get our lunches and go eat with the moms and the babies while they were getting their time. So yeah, I think they got really familiarized with all of us. And then it was very sweet to essentially be their on-screen parents, but their babysitters at work.
Yeah, it was so cute.
It's cutie.
Okay, Court is asking, if there was a Real Housewives of Tree Hill, who would be the one stirring up the drama?
Ooh.
I'm thinking Deb definitely would be, but Deb would be the one that's sort of managing all the drama. She seems like she's mischievous, but she might have a good handle on it.
I feel like Deb would be our good time girl. She'd want to get everyone into trouble, but not arrested.
Trouble, not drama, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fun trouble. And then I feel like Alex Dupre.
Oh, yeah.
Just wouldn't be able to help herself from starting drama, but then would also want to fix it.
Yeah, I think so too. I actually think this would be a really fun little experiment. The Real Housewives of Tree Hill.
It would be great. It would be so great.
Oh, and Rachel.
Yeah, our producer just was like, hello, Rachel. Excellent point. Because Rachel's the kind of person who's just going to say it to your face. And I think that would make for some great on-screen catfights.
Yeah. Oh, man, that would be so fun.
I love it. Victoria has a really good question because now we're sort of in the technical stuff when talking about the kids. And she asks, with the crazy sort of hours you work on a network show like One Tree Hill, I always wanted to know how cast members manage to do all the things expected of them for being quote unquote camera ready. Things like getting your hair cut, getting your nails done, going to the gym. Are you expected to find time to do these outside of work? Or are these things that are sorted for you on set?
Great question.
That's a really good question. Basically, there are things they will upkeep for you at work, like getting your hair cut or your hair colored. They will do in the trailer. Usually they'll bring you in early or they'll have you stay really late after something to do that. If you play a character that, per the writer is always supposed to have her nails done, then they will bring someone in for that. But pretty much everything that a normal person needs to do, like if you just want to have a manicure because it makes you feel good, or if you want to be active, go to the gym. If you need to get your teeth cleaned, like you are on your own and they are not going to schedule around your needs whatsoever. They're like, good luck to you. Figure it out.
Well, actually, I was curious about this for you, Soph, on Chicago PD, because that show is that there's an athletic element to that work. Did they schedule gym time for you and provide that, or in a trainer and all those things? No,
not at all. We were meant to somehow do like 16 hours a day on our own show and then work on the 3 other shows and then also have time to exercise. And it was very difficult. I found that mostly if I could keep like a foam roller in my trailer and just make sure that I wasn't injuring myself permanently, that was kind of the best of it. But it is weird when you do a show like that because you get hurt. I remember we did this thing out on the lakeshore once, and obviously we were running. I had to run after people all the time. And I rolled my ankle really bad and had to keep shooting that sequence. I had to keep running on it. Oh. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. I'm injured and we're not done with the scene. So I just have to pretend not to be injured.
My God.
Keep going and like, oh dear.
Isn't that crazy what we train our nervous systems to be okay with?
It's pretty nuts. And it's like,
that's gnarly.
Like I tore my labrum on that show and there was no time off. They can't let you take time off.
Yeah.
So even when I had like a pretty bad neck and head injury from a fall that hadn't been, shooting in the snow can be really complicated, and something was supposed to be safetied and then wasn't. And we turned in a direction that I think the crew wasn't prepared for. And anyway, shit happens. And I had to go to the hospital to get a CAT scan and an MRI because it was a really bad fall. And as soon as they confirmed I didn't have a brain bleed, they were like, we know you have a concussion, but also we're wrapping for Christmas break tomorrow. So you have to come back to work and shoot 4 more scenes. And I was like, God. Okay, I will try to do that. And I remember John Seda looking at me and being like, hey, I would just turn this way a little. And I go, why, what? And he said, you're just like a little cross-eyed. It'll go away.
Oh my God. What?
Thank you, John. Like, he just had my back. He was like, I'm so sorry we have to do this.
Pretend to not be injured. Injury. Yeah. Just injured. Pretend you're not. How do, okay.
Yeah, you kind of just have to. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I will say I really, I loved being a very put together surgeon on Good Sam because I got to have like pretty hair and pretty clothes, and they did my nails for me every week at work, or I guess every 2. And I was like, wow, this is luxury, baby.
So nice. Okay, so talking about stunts and all this physical activity, this is a question from Chris. Chris is asking, if you had to go on one of 3 shows, which would you choose? Dancing with the Stars, Special Forces, or Survivor? Those are all really strong options for different reasons.
Really good shows. What would you do?
I don't know. I'm struggling. I mean, I'm not Survivor's not my thing. I wouldn't enjoy that as much as maybe you would. Dancing with the Stars would be so fun and right up my alley because I grew up dancing. So I feel like I could have a handle on that. But dang, I really love the idea of going out and doing some kind of serious athletic, not that dancing's not athletic, but Here's the thing about something like Special Forces. I can't handle being put in a box with scorpions. Like, that's not my thing.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I am really interested in doing actual athletic stunts, race car driving, like working on belay on a side of a mountain. Like, all of those things interest me. But
Me too.
I'm not interested in being buried alive.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know what to expect on shows like that.
Is that what they do on Special Forces? That sounds more like Fear Factor to me, which is a hard pass.
Right. But isn't there stuff in Special Forces where they're like, we're going to drop you, we're going to drown you, and we're going to see if you can get out? And I'm like,
God.
No, I don't.
See, that's a no for me. If that's what it is, then that comes off my list. I was going to say Survivor is a no. I don't do well. I just don't do well hungry. So that's a no. Immediate. But I think Special Forces would be really fun for me because I am such a tomboy and I do love stunts.
Yeah.
And it's funny because years ago, they asked me to go do Dancing with the Stars. And I was just like, I'm not like in the space where that feels like a thing I want to do right now.
Yeah.
And Julianne Hough is such a good friend of mine. And watching her go from being on the show, and then obviously she was a judge for so many years, and then to watch her start dancing on it again, I'm like, wait.
Oh, yeah, I saw that last season. She ate that up.
I mean, she's just, I think she might be one of the best dancers in the world.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And she is just so exceptional to watch. And I'm like, in my head, I think to myself, if I could go to class and learn to do what she does, I would want to learn that skill. But then also I feel like it's that thing where, you buy a bikini because you saw a picture of it looking so cute on Bella Hadid, and then you put it on. And this is not to shame anyone or myself, but you're like, oh, right, it's definitely not going to look on me the way it looks on a literal supermodel. I have a hunch that in my head, I would love to do Dancing with the Stars because I would learn to be a badass like Julianne, but I would probably not look anywhere close to that ever, even on my best day. And I'd be like, right. I'm a mere mortal. Right.
I think you do great. It is hard though. Like, I know what you're talking about where you see something, you're like, I could do that. Give me 6 weeks of training. Give me 4 weeks. I'm good. And anything I could figure out in 4 to 6 weeks. No problem.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, my body literally doesn't move that way.
Yeah. Like my biggest fear is that I would get there and all the things that I believe that I could do, that I knew I could when I was younger, my body just wouldn't do it anymore. And I'd be so disappointed with myself. Do you want to tell everyone what's going on while you move your car?
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is so embarrassing. So I'm on a wild goose chase right now with DHL, and I've literally had to drive all over New Jersey to try to figure it out. And I had to go to a different office today. And here's where the real comedy of this comes in. Yesterday, I had to go to FedEx to get new passport photos taken. And so today, when I went to the middle of who knows where to go to this DHL warehouse, I thought I clicked my address back into my phone. And what I did was click the FedEx office I went to yesterday. So I was like, guys, I'm going to be 2 minutes late to our podcast. And then I was like, I'm not home. Where am I?
You landed at not the destination you thought you were going to.
Yeah, I just drove to a completely different part of town, pulled over, and I'm doing this in my car. So, it's like we wear many hats.
I love that you're a Jersey girl now. That's pretty,
I'm
pretty damn cool.
I know, it's really sweet. My mom's whole family is so amped that I'm back.
So great.
Ooh, Callie. If your character had a Freaky Friday switch moment, which OTH character would you switch with? I mean, if I could do any switch, I'd want to be Chris Keller for a day. Because Tyler is so ridiculous in that role, and also as himself is so musically talented that I would love to get to be an absolute emotional terror / award-winning musician for a day. Yes.
I might switch with Nathan, actually. Just
really?
The feeling. First of all, just to feel what it is like to be in a dude's body would be really interesting. But also, to play basketball the way that James does, or the way that Nathan does, to really have that freedom to feel what that is like, the sort of jumping and flying and wrangling, grappling for this ball. I don't know. I mean, I'm athletic, but I never played team sports, so I don't really have a sense of that. Man, that would be fun. Plus, just for the Nathan and Haley element of it, it would be really cool, I think, for both of them to see what it's like a day in each other's shoes would probably be useful.
Yeah, that would be so neat. And I think even for you guys as actors, to be in the psychology of the other actor that plays your on-screen partner would be so fun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Kristen, I actually reached out to the man himself to find out the answer to this question. Your question is, what song would Chris Keller sing at Taylor Swift's wedding?
Cutie.
I love this. So I just reached out to Tyler and I told him that you asked this question, and he laughed and he said, well, Teardrops on My Guitar, obviously, or Missing You. You know, he does this cover of Missing You. Of course that's what Chris Keller would sing to her. Just a totally inappropriate song for a wedding.
Yeah, of course.
Like a breakup song.
She's literally marrying this other man. You don't have a chance. I love it. Okay, this is a fun pivot only because I've been thinking about these a lot lately. I feel like when you get to introduce kids to games, you remember how fun they are. So Mary wants to know, what is your favorite board game or card game?
I mean, I'm a chess player. I love it. I'm not great at it, but I really enjoy the process of it. It's just fun.
Chess is a board game.
I still like Clue. I'll still play.
Love Clue.
I still love Clue. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the one with is it train dominoes? Mexican train dominoes, maybe?
Oh, I don't know. Dominoes is something I've always really wanted to learn.
I know who could teach you.
I was going to say, I need to finally take Antoine up on that offer. I feel the same way about chess. It's something that's always been on my list, but also something I just haven't gotten around to.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a nice thing to do.
What I like about chess is that it's quiet. It does, I mean, I guess all board games are, but you really have to, it's almost like playing solitaire. You just happen to be with another person. It's not, there's just so much strategy involved that it's a really nice way to spend quiet time in the presence of another person without having to talk, which I like.
Yeah, it's a nice way to be together, and it's so good for your brain.
Yes.
I have a few friends who've started, a couple of my friends on the West Coast, so sadly I haven't been around for it, but who've started playing Mahjong and are really into it.
Oh,
and I feel like that is something we should get in the mix of, Joy. It feels like a very chic lady thing to do. And I also feel like for whatever reason, you have all the girls over for Mahjong. I feel like you can dress up a little. I feel like you can have a nice cocktail. It feels very up our alley.
I'm into this. I mean, yes, bridge and Mahjong. These are very old lady card games, or
chic.
Tile games, but very chic, darling.
Yeah.
Some of the Mahjong tiles I've seen are stunning. I mean, there are like designer sets right now.
Absolutely. I also, this is how I know I'm really leaning into board games right now. My algorithms on social media are serving me the designer backgammon boards. Yes. And I want one desperately. Yes. But I'm also like, I'm not going to pay thousands of dollars for a backgammon board. I can't do that. No. Like in good conscience. And in this economy, what are we talking about? No. But they're so beautiful. They feel like art pieces.
Oh, I mean, I think that's why they're being charged, is because they're interactive art.
Yeah.
But you could also make some interactive art.
Or take a woodworking class.
Find one at the Goodwill that you like. Send it to me. I will paint it and do fun things with it and send it back to you. And then you'll have a piece of art that you can interact with.
I love that.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for your questions, everybody.
What a nice little session of questions. Thanks, fam.
Can't wait to see you next week, or listen to you, or have you listen to us. Goodbye. Hey, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to leave us a review. You can also follow us on Instagram at DramaQueensOTH.
Or email us at dramaqueens@iHeartRadio.com. See you next time.
We're all about that high school drama girl, drama drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team.